you after. Yeah, Arvind, tell me. Tell me, Arvind, you have raised your hand. And I request everybody to mute yourselves. So during the session, if you have any questions, you can directly unmute yourself and you can talk to me. Otherwise, there is a raise a hand function in the meeting. So if you can raise the hand, right, I come to know that you are having some doubt. Again, I will come back to you. So in that way, you can directly interact with me during the sessions also. Otherwise, you can also put the chat message in the meeting itself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it, sir.
It is live interactive session every day. And I request everybody to mute yourselves because unexpectedly, sometimes there may be some disturbances from your side, some unexpected sounds from your side, and it may disturb the entire class. That's the reason why I request everybody to mute yourselves. Just a minute. Arvind is giving one message that he is not able to hear me. Yeah. So today, in this today's session, we will discuss what is ERP, then what is SAP. After learning SAP, what are the jobs you are going to get and what are the job perspectives? All these things we are going to discuss in today's class. Sai Swati, can you please mute yourself?
Okay, sir.
Yeah. And I have started recording the session. As I said, every session is recorded and that session will be sent to you within 1 or 2 hours after the completion of the session. But every session is sent to you. See, SAP stands for, just a minute. So SAP stands for Systems, Applications, and Products in Data Processing. This is the amplification for the word SAP. So SAP is called an ERP package or ERP software. So before, what is ERP? See, SAP is an ERP package or ERP software. ERP means Enterprise Resources Planning. So enterprise means any business organization is called enterprise. Then every business organization, while doing the business, they use some resources like number 1, men, number 2, materials, number 3, machines, number 4, money. So these are the main important resources every business organization uses. So these are called 4 M's, and because every resource name starts with M, no, that's why they are called 4 M's, and these are also natural resources. The most important thing is the availability of these natural resources is very much limited. Their supply is very much limited. So that is the meaning of resources. Then you take any business enterprise. What is the main objective? It is earning maximum profits, right? It is the main objective of any business enterprise is earning maximum profits. It is not just earning the profits, earning maximum profits. For that purpose, right, every company will have only 2 alternatives. Number 1, in order to increase the profits of the company, we have to increase the sales. To increase the sales, we have to increase the production. Again, to increase the production, we have to increase the utilization of these 4 resources, but these are not plentifully available because their supply is very much limited. So as a result, it is not possible to go on increasing the production beyond a certain point, and also it is not possible to increase the profits beyond a certain point. Then what is the second alternate? You take any business enterprise, whether large or small, it will have some amount of resources. So whatever the amount of resources they're having, they have to use them in the most effective manner. So in this particular context, the concept of planning will come into existence. Enterprise resources planning means planning for the effective utilization of available resources of the company to maximize the profits. Again, I'm repeating. Enterprise resources planning means planning for the effective utilization of available resources of the company to maximize the profits. Simply saying, that is called ERP. So ERP covers all the techniques and concepts for the best utilization of the resources of the enterprise to maximize the profits. That is the meaning of ERP. So basically, every ERP is based on the integrated management of all the departments in the enterprise. What is the integrated management? Simply saying, we have to establish the links among the departments in the software terms. That leads to integrated management. So how that integrated management is achieved with the help of ERP, we will discuss now. Now, we have to understand how the ERP helps the business enterprises to maximize the profits. Before that, we have to understand what are the problems faced by the companies in the non-ERP environment. If you don't use ERP, what are the problems you face normally? That we will discuss first. Say, if you take, this is an organization, right? Then every organization will have number of departments like finance and accounts department, marketing department, sales department, production planning and control department, production department, HR department. In between, you also will have warehouse department and purchase department. Like that, every company will have number of departments. Yeah, Rasmita, tell me. Tell me, Rasmita, you have any questions? See, every company will have number of departments like this, and each department has to work towards the achievement of organizational objective, that is maximizes the profits. During this process, every department will have their own goals and objectives. The department objectives and goals are to be synchronized with the organizational objective, that is maximization of the profits. If you take the finance and accounts department, its main objective is to earn maximum rate of return on the investment. Just a minute, Rasmita is saying that she is not able to hear me. Just a minute. Yeah. So every department, sorry, again I'm repeating, every company will have number of departments like finance and accounts department, marketing department, sales department, production planning and control department, production department, HR, purchase, like that. And each department has to work towards the achievement of organizational objective, that is maximize the profits. In this process, every individual department will have their own goals and objectives. The individual departmental goals and objectives are to be synchronized with the organizational objective, that is maximize the profits. In this case, if you take finance and accounts department, its main objective is to earn maximum rate of return on the investment. Here, investment means it refers to shareholders' investment, right? So in order to earn a maximum return on the shareholders' investment, right? Always this finance and accounts department tries to reduce the expenditure. By reducing the expenditure, the finance department wants to maximize the profits. Now, if you take marketing department. Its main objective is to create the market for the organization's products. In order to create the market, this marketing department always wants to conduct some advertisement activities or some sales promotion activities, which involves spending of funds. If you look at this scenario, both finance department and marketing department, both the departments are trying to maximize the profits, but the way in which they are trying is different. The finance department is trying to maximize the profits by reducing the expenditure, and the marketing department is also trying to maximize the profits, but by incurring some additional expenditure in the form of sales promotion activities, sales campaigns, and also advertisement. Means both the departments, see, on one hand, finance department is trying to reduce the expenditure. On the other hand, marketing department is trying to incur additional expenditure. Means both the departments are pulling the organization in the opposite directions. It leads to friction between finance department and marketing department. Now, let us take one more example. Normally, this production planning and control department, right, wants to maintain minimum stock of the materials. Here, stock of materials refer to inventory of raw materials, inventory of finished goods, inventory of work in progress, right? Inventory of stores and spares, like that. So why this production planning and control department wants to maintain the minimum stock of the materials? To minimize the carrying cost. So what is the carrying cost here? If you have to maintain the inventories, we have to lock up some working capital. And always, obviously, right, we borrow the working capital from the banks, on which you have to pay interest. So interest is one aspect of the carrying cost. And we have to pay for the salaries and wages of the people working in the warehouse. And also we have to pay for the rent of the warehouse premises. So all these expenses coming together is called carrying cost. In order to minimize this carrying cost, this production planning and control department wants to maintain minimum stock of the materials. But at the same time, the production department wants to maintain optimum stock of the materials. So on one hand, the production planning and control department wants to maintain the minimum stock of the materials. On the other hand, the production department wants to have optimum stock of the materials so that their production function is not disturbed. Means again, there is a friction or dispute between production department and the planning department. Like that, in the real-time organizations, right, there may exist number of conflicts among these departments. In order to see that the organizations run smoothly, the top management has to spend a lot of its time on bringing the coordination among these departments. That's why the top management has to spend a lot of its time on bringing the coordination among these departments. But as a top management, always it has to perform performance analysis and also strategic decision-making process. Due to the fact they have to spend a lot of their time in bringing the coordination, they don't have the sufficient time to spend in performance analysis and the strategic decision-making process. This is the biggest problem faced by the companies in the non-ERP environment. Now, let us take one more example. In order to increase the profitability of the company, every department has to perform their daily functions with much effectiveness. You know, every department performs some functions every day. So these functions are to be performed by them with much effectiveness. In order to perform the functions with effectiveness, they need some information from the other departments. Every department needs some information from the other departments. That means every department is depending upon other departments for the information purpose. If you take the production planning and control department, its daily function is to prepare the production schedule. What is the production schedule? Just chalking out a plan when to start the production, in how much quantity it has to be produced, by which date the production has to be completed. This is called production schedule. In order to prepare the production schedule, This production planning and control department requires some information from the sales department. That is the date of delivery required by the customer. Based on the date of delivery required by the customer only, normally we prepare the production schedule. Means the production planning and control department is depending on the sales department for the information purpose, which is just simply required to perform the daily function. Now you take purchase department. Its main function is to procure the raw materials required in the production department. So always the purchase department has to get the information regarding raw material requirements in the production department. So purchase department is depending upon production department for the information purpose. Then if you take accounts department, it has to account for all the expenses and revenues which are taking place every day in every department. So the accounts department is depending upon all other departments regarding information of expense and revenues taking place. Like that, every department is depending upon other departments for the information purpose. In order to see that, right, these departments function seamlessly, we have to ensure that there is the uninterrupted flow of information among all these departments, which is not really available in the real-time organizations. Here, remember, every department is computerized. That is, there is no doubt about it. Every department is computerized. But that computerization is limited to the boundaries of particular department. Every department is computerized, but that computerization is limited to the boundaries of particular department. As a result, right, there is the free flow of information among these departments, because these softwares cannot be integrated with each other. As a result, every department has to wait for some time for getting the information from the other departments. It leads to time wastage. So in the business processes, if you waste the time, what happens? The length of the production cycle is increased. What is the production cycle? The time taken from the point of procurement of raw materials till we get the cash resources by selling the finished goods. That is called production cycle. The more is the length of the production cycle, the more is the working capital we require. If you use more working capital, we have to pay more interest to the bank, which is burden on the profitability of the company. So if you pay more interest to the banks, how can we maximize the profits? This is another problem faced by the companies in the non-ERP environment. The length of the production cycle is more because every department has to wait for some time for getting the information from the other departments. Now, let us take one more example. Today, we have purchased some materials from a supplier, and the purchase department will receive the material along with the purchase invoice. That purchase invoice is recorded once in the purchase department in terms of quantities, because the purchase department is always concerned with the quantities. Then the same invoice is sent to the accounts department, wherein it is recorded in terms of values. Means in the accounts department, we have to post accounting entries. Here, what is happening? One purchase invoice is entered 2 times. Once in the purchase department, again in the accounts department. This is called duplication of work. The same purchase invoice is recorded 2 times. Once in purchase department, again in the accounts department. This is called duplication of work. Here, we are paying salaries to the people in the purchase department and also to the people in the accounts department. But both the persons are performing the same work. Means we are wasting money resources. If you waste your money resources, how can we maximize the profits? Absolutely not. This is another problem faced by the companies in the non-ERP environment. Now, let us take one more example. Here, the effectiveness of any organization depends upon the quality of the decisions taken by the top management people. In order to enable them to take qualitative decisions, they should be provided with the right information in the right time. For example, you take manager finance. For a particular decision-making purpose, right, he wants to know what is the total amount of purchases that have been made as on today. In that case, the purchase department will give one figure and accounts department will give another figure, because the purchase department is located at one place and the accounts department is located in another city. The purchase department and finance and accounts departments are located in different cities. So every invoice received by the purchase department cannot be sent immediately to accounts department. So the purchase department will bundle together some invoices, and these invoices will be sent to the accounts department once in 2 days or once in 3 days. Then only they are accounted in accounts department. That's why there is the difference of information given by the purchase department and the finance and accounts department. This is called mismatching of information. That means the manager finance is not provided with the right information in right time. So the manager finance may not be able to take the effective decisions, and he may not be able to take the effective decisions. As a result, the profits of the enterprise may not be maximized. That's how there are different problems faced by the companies in the non-ERP environment. I hope it's clear for everybody. Siva, you have raised your hand. Any questions till now?
సార్ మీ వాయిస్ మధ్య మధ్యలో కట్ అవుతుంది సార్, అది ఎందుకు అవుతుందో అర్థం కాదు.
Check your internet, please. It is a problem of your internet only, because others are able to hear me properly. So these are the different problems faced by the companies in the non-ERP environment. So in this particular context, the concept of ERP has been developed. I told you, here every ERP is based on the integrated management of all the departments in the enterprise. So how this integration is achieved? In the case of any ERP, right, we have the central database or common database. Central database or common database. So this common database is given access to every department in the organization, subject to some restrictions regarding the data access. Okay. Why we have to maintain the restrictions regarding the data access? Because here our goal is to provide the information to every department to the extent it is required, and at the same time we have to ensure the security of the data of the other departments. That's why we maintain the restrictions regarding the data access. And one more thing, once you start moving up in the organizational hierarchy, the extent of access given is also increased. Okay, we are maintaining common database, and that is given access to every department in the organization. Okay, now how the previously discussed disadvantages are going to be eliminated. Now you take production planning and control department. This department requires the data of delivery required by the customer, which is available in the sales department. So how that information is readily made available? Whenever the sales department gets the order from a customer, the salesperson will prepare one document which is called sales order. Sales order. The sales order contains the information like customer name, his address, the product for which is giving the order, quantity, quality, price, and expected date of delivery required by him. The delivery date is required by him. So all that information is contained in the sales order. Then that sales order is entered into common database. Then the person who is responsible, right, to prepare the production schedule, he will just log on into common database. From the common database, he can find out the sales order. From the sales order, he can identify the date of delivery required by the customer. Based on that, this production planning and control person can prepare the production schedule. That's how the information required by the production planning and control department is readily made available from the sales department. Wherever may be your sales department and wherever may be your production planning and control department, information is provided instantly. Now, let us see how the purchase department is provided with the information. Whenever there is a requirement for any material in the production department, the production supervisor will prepare one document, material requisition, MR. The material requisition contains the details of the metals required and the quantity required. Then that is entered into common database by the production supervisor. Here we have the warehouse department. No? So the warehouse clerk will just log on into common database and he will identify the material requisition. From the material requisition, he can find out the details of the materials required, and accordingly, he will issue the materials to production. This is the case when the material is available in the warehouse. Suppose if the material is not available in the warehouse, then what happens? The warehouse clerk will prepare another document which is called PR, purchase requisition. The purchase requisition contains the details of materials required and the quantity required. That is entered into common database by the warehouse clerk. Then the purchase clerk will just log on into common database. He will identify the purchase requisition. From the purchase requisition, he can identify the materials required, and accordingly, the purchase person can start the procurement activities. That's how the information required by every department is readily made available, because everything is available in the common database only. So as a result, the information is provided to every department instantly. So we can reduce the time wastage. As a result, the length of the production cycle is reduced. To that extent, the working capital requirements are reduced. When you use the less amount of working capital, the interest burden on the profitability is also reduced. And to that extent, profits are maximized. Clear? Then let us see how the duplication of work is eliminated. Here, when you are using any ERP, whenever the purchase department receives the purchase invoice from the supplier, that is entered into common database by the purchase clerk. Then automatically the ERP system will post accounting entries in the books of accounts department. By just entering the purchase invoice in the purchase department, the system will post accounting entries automatically in the accounts department. So it is enough to record the purchase invoice only in the purchase department. It is not necessary to send the purchase invoice again to accounts department. That's how duplication of work is eliminated. As a result, we can use the available human resources in the most effective manner. And also we can save the money resources. As a result, we can increase the profits. Now, let us see how the manager finance is provided with the right information right time. Whenever he wants to know what is the total amount of purchases, right, he will just log on into common database. Manager finance is a little bit higher authority, right? So he will just log on into common database and he can find out the total amount of purchases that have been made as on today. Because with every purchase invoice entered in the common database, right, the ERP system will update all the relevant information like total amount of purchases, it will update, the vendor account balances will be updated, inventory balance of the respective raw materials are updated. Like that, every aspect is updated instantly. As a result, the manager finance is provided with the right information right time. So he can take some optimum and qualitative decisions. In that way, the profits of the enterprise are maximized. This is how the concept of ERP helps the business enterprises to maximize the profits. In short, right, how ERP helps. Point wise, we will discuss. All the data is available in the common database or central database. Then it eliminates data redundancy. Data redundancy means data duplication. Already explained you how the data duplication is eliminated. Then data is updated and available in real time. The data is updated and available in real time. Then one point entry of data means it is enough to enter the data in one department of the enterprise. Then it will update all the relevant aspects in the other departments of the enterprise. That's what I told you. When you enter the purchase department, when you enter the purchase invoice in the purchase department, it is updating the accounting entries in the accounts department. That is the advantage of one point entry of data. Then best business practices in which every ERP has been developed has been developed after carrying on lot of research on the business practices of best units in the many industries. So whatever the business practices that were thought best by the ERP companies, they were incorporated in their ERP products. So when you start using those ERP products, you can also implement those business practices in your company, right? And in that way, you can also get the benefit. Then modular system. Modular system means component system. For each department, there is a separate software to use. For finance and accounts department, there is a separate software. For purchase department, separate software is there. For sales, production, warehouse, like that. For every department, there is a separate software within the same ERP product. That is called modular system. Then can implement only required functions. Functions means departments. Here, it is not necessary to use the ERP product in all the departments. For example, you can use the ERP software only in the required departments. For example, this year, we have implemented the ERP in the finance department, then sales department, and purchase department. Then, after using this ERP for 2 years in these 3 departments, the management are satisfied with the results. So from the 3rd year onwards, they want to use the same ERP, right, in the production department and marketing department. It is quite possible. So can implement only required functions. Others can easily be integrated later. After 3 years, if you want to implement the same ERP in the marketing and the production department, that is quite possible. And those softwares can easily be integrated with the softwares already being used in the organization. Then managers can utilize their time in analysis and spend less time in the coordination effort. So this is the very, very important advantage of any ERP. The managers can spend less time in the coordination effort, and they can spend more time in the performance analysis and decision-making process, which is very, very important function of the top manager. Just a moment. Now, so like that, these are the advantages of the ERP. Yes, Pavani, tell me. You have any questions, Pavani?
Sorry, I was speaking on mute. Yeah, I just have a doubt regarding this. As you said, like we can implement in different functions. We can implement SAP in different functions, and we can also implement this on a level basis, like one by one. So, but how come it will help us to retrieve the complete reconciliation and everything? Because previously you said if there is any invoice which is registered with the other department, and that has to be registered with the accounting team, right?
Yes.
So in this case, we'll not be able to,
Exactly.
integrate that part, right?
Exactly. Normally, what happens, the ERP is implemented first in finance department, sales department, and also purchase department. In case, right, you are not implementing the ERP in purchase department, then there comes the problem of reconciliation of the purchases, right? For that, we need to do some manual functions, right? So what are those manual functions? We will discuss in our project. Okay. But here what I'm saying is,
thank you.
The features of the ERP. ERP, it's not necessary to implement ERP in all the departments. We can implement them in the required departments. That is the advantage we have to understand at this point of time. Okay, Pavani?
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Yeah. Now, so SAP is such a ERP product. Along with SAP, we have number of other ERP products in the market, like Oracle, BAN, PeopleSoft, right? JD Edwards, then Ramco, Microsoft Dynamics, like that. We have the hundreds and hundreds of ERP products. But if you take Oracle, it specializes in the management of only finance and accounts department. If you take BAN, it is specialized in the management of your production department. And if you take PeopleSoft, it's specialized in management of HR department. But if you take SAP, it provides the solutions for the effective management of every department in the organization almost. And the level of integration you can achieve with the help of SAP is very high when compared to other ERP products. Because of these two features, SAP is the world #1 ERP product. SAP is the world #1 ERP product. So as of now, right, this SAP is enjoying nearly 46%, nearly 46+% of international market share is enjoyed by SAP company. And the remaining 54% is enjoyed by all other ERP products together. That's why SAP is the world's largest ERP product. So in the case of SAP only, there are a lot of employment opportunities. This figure may not be exact figure, right? So there are nearly, as of now, there are nearly 400,000 companies are there in the world using SAP. 400,000 plus companies, not exact figure. It's an approximate figure. 400,000 or 4 lakh companies are there using SAP in the world. So that's why, right, we have a lot of employment opportunities only in case of SAP. Now, let us go to the first slide. Here, SAP stands for Systems, Applications, and Products in Data Processing. What exactly is the meaning of this statement? First of all, we have to understand what is data. Data is simply the collection of facts and figures. Say, for example, see, data, it is the collection of facts and figures. Say, for example, in the month of May 2022, in the May 2022, the total output is 100,000 units. The total output is 100,000 units. And we have number of sales force, 100. Sorry, number of workers, not sales force. We have number of workers, 100. This is called data. That's it. Total output is 1 lakh units and number of workers are 100. This is the data. That's it. Now, in the month of May, the production manager wants to know the performance of each of the worker. So with the help of this raw data, he cannot get any clue. Total output is 1 lakh units or 100,000 units and the number of workers are 100. So what? Are you able to get any conclusion from this raw data? No. So we have to process the data. Processing means executing a set of operations on the data elements. So the set of operations may be arithmetic operations or algebraic operations or just to rearrangement of the data elements also. Okay. I am applying one division operation. I am dividing the total output with the number of workers, which comes to 1,000 units. This is called productivity. Productivity or average production. So average production is 1,000 units per worker. This is called information. And this is called actual productivity. So information is the result of data processing. So what is the information now? In the month of May, the average production is 1,000 units per worker. Now, how this information is useful to the production manager to analyze the performance? For every performance indicators, there will be targets or there will be standards in every organization. Let us say in the month of May, the standard productivity is 1,300 units. Standard productivity 1,300 units means on an average, every worker has to produce 1,300 units. But actually, how much they produce? 1,000 units only. So we performed nearly 30% below the standard. That's how the information is useful to the production manager, right? In this particular example, to analyze the performance. Okay, we have performed under level, right? Then, how this decision, how this conclusion is useful to the production manager? We know that now we have performed very less, right? Then what are reasons? What are the reasons for the underperformance? The reasons are analyzed by the management. During the analysis, they found one reason that we have used inferior raw materials in the production process. As a result, there are frequent breakdowns in the manufacturing process. So we had to reset up the plant and machineries. In that way, we have lost some time. If you lost that time, automatically the production came down. If that is the reason for the fall in the actual productivity, right, then the management has to take the disciplinary action against the people in the purchase department or the people in the quality maintenance department. Why the purchase department people have procured inferior raw materials? Okay, purchase department has purchased inferior raw materials. Then what quality department people are doing? They are not properly inspecting the materials quality. That means that's how the top management has to get the explanation from either from the purchase department or from quality maintenance department. Okay, let us assume there is no problem regarding the quality of the materials. Another reason they found is some of the skilled workers have left your company in the month of May. And the management has been noticing the same trend since 3 months. Every month, some of the skilled workers are leaving your company. In that case, if skilled workers leave the company, automatically, right, the production will come down, right? So if that is the reason, then the management has to reconsider their employee policies. Why the people are leaving our organization? Do we have to improve the working conditions in the organization, or do we have to increase the fringe benefits? Like that, the management has to reconsider their employee policies. See, just one piece of information. That is, actual productivity is 1,000 units, is giving how many number of avenues to the management to analyze their performance. That is the power of information. Information is the result of data processing. So SAP stands for systems, means it refers to some hardware requirements and also management information systems, and applications. Applications means softwares and some products. So SAP refers to some information systems and hardware systems, some softwares and some other products which can be used by the organizations in their data processing needs to arrive meaningful information. That is the real meaning of SAP. SAP refers to systems, applications, and products in data processing. So this SAP software was developed by a company called SAP AG, SAP.AG. This company was established in 1972 and it's a German company. And this headquarters are at Waldorf, Germany. It's a European company. So now that is the brief history of the SAP company. Then let us see the evaluation of the product. Let us see the evaluation of the product. See, in 1972, SAP has developed a product known as SAP R1 Suite. In 1980s, it has developed a product known as SAP R2 Suite. In 1990s, SAP has developed a product known as SAP R3 Suite. This is the product what we are using now, but versions are different. SAP R3 Suite. And recently, right, in 2014, actually, SAP has developed its own database. Based on that, it has developed another product, which is called SAP S/4HANA. But that is entirely a different product, right? We are discussing SAP, the traditional product now. The new dimensional product, which was developed by SAP, which is called SAP S/4HANA, also will be discussed in the classes. So presently, we are using SAP R3 Suite. Now, here, you know the meaning of SAP, right? Now, what is suite? Suite means combination of some objects. That is called suite. Here, this SAP software contains number of softwares that can be used by different departments in the organization. That's why SAP has used the word suite in the name of its product. Then what is this R3? It is very, very important. R means real-time data processing and 3 means 3-tier architecture. So real-time data processing. Yeah, tell me, T. Pappala, can you have your name, please?
My name is Teja.
Yeah, Teja, sorry, you tell me.
Yeah.
Tell me, Teja.
My question is, if SAP HANA is
Sorry? Your voice is breaking, Teja.
SAP HANA is currently used by many companies, right?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Teja. That also we'll discuss. If you want to learn SAP S/4HANA, first of all, you have to understand completely ECC.
Okay.
Right? So first we complete ECC. After that, we also cover S/4HANA. Both are included in the same track. So here R3 means R for real-time data processing, then 3 for 3-tier architecture. So what is real-time data processing? Whenever you perform an operation on the data elements, the related database is instantly updated. See, real-time data processing means whenever you perform an operation on the data elements, the related database is instantly updated. Means, say for example, if you take bank ATM, when you draw money from the bank ATM, it is giving back your updated statement. Right? How? Because the bank ATMs are working on the principles of real-time data processing concept only. Not only ATMs, railway reservation systems, flight reservation systems, for that matter, every facility you are enjoying in your daily life is the result of real-time data processing concept only. So SAP also uses the same real-time data processing concept. That's why when the purchase clerk enters the purchase invoice in the purchase department, it is updating the accounting entries in the accounts department. That is the result of the real-time data processing. That's why SAP has incorporated the letter R in the name of its product. Then 3 means 3-tier architecture. It refers to the actual hardware setup you require. Here, every ERP, not only SAP, every ERP, they work on the client server technologies. Compulsory, we need to use client server technologies. Client server technology means we have the servers and we have the clients. Clients and servers both are hardware systems only, but the servers are with large storage capacity and the clients are with small storage capacity. That is one difference between server and the client from the hardware perspective. Then we have to understand the client and server from the software perspective also. Here, what is the meaning of the client and server from the software perspective? Server is the hardware computer system in which some data is stored, and it has to process the data based on the request received from the client systems. So this is the function to be performed by the server computer system. What is the computer? It's a mechanical and electronic device. It doesn't know how to store the data, how to process the data, how to send the data. All these things it does not know. So we have to give instructions to the server system, how to process the data, how to store the data, right? So all these instructions are to be provided to the server system. Means we write some set of instructions. Set of instructions is called what? Program. A set of programs is a software. So server is a software. Now, coming to client. The main function of the client computer system is it has to generate some requests regarding the data processing needs. And the request is sent to the server system to which it is connected. So this is the job to be performed by the client computer system. And client computer system is also a computer. It doesn't have the brain to perform this. So we have to provide some instructions to the client computer system, how to generate the request, how to send the request to it. Means a set of instructions is a program. Again, a set of programs is a software. So client and servers are softwares talking to each other. Right? So in the case of 3-tier architecture, we have the 3 servers. One is database server layer. Number 2, application server layer. Number 3, client or presentation server layer. So what is the database server layer or database server simply? So we have the database server. In the database server, the database of the organization is kept. Database server means it is the computer system in which the database of the organization is stored or hosted or kept. When we have the database, okay, what does the database contains here? The business transactions. The business transactions incurred and entered every day in the business application. All the business transactions are stored in the database server. When you have the database server concept, or when you have the database concept, there comes the question of database management. Who is responsible to manage the database? As a SAP professionals, we are not concerned with the database management. There are separate database managers or database administrators who will take care of the database management. This database is managed on the principles of RDBMS, Relational Database Management Systems. Relational Database Management Systems. So there are many RDBMS tools available in the market. Hundreds of RDBMS tools available in the market. So based on the budget of the company, right, they can go for any of the RDBMS tools. But in most of the cases, right, we use Oracle. Oracle Database Management System, SQL Server, right? These are the two important RDBMS tools which we use in SAP. In addition to them, DB2, Informix, like that, number of RDBMS tools are there. As I said, based on the budget of the company, they can go for any of the RDBMS tools. Now, till 2014, right, SAP company does not have their own database system. In 2014, right, the SAP company has developed its own database system, which is called HANA database, HANA, HANA database, right? So now this SAP software also can be used on HANA database, which is called S/4HANA Simple Finance. That we will discuss. That is the new dimensional product, right? That is also we are going to cover in our training. So that is the thing regarding database. Then number 2 is application server. Application server means, again, it is the computer system in which SAP software is hosted. SAP software contains the processing logic or the programming code or the processing code which is necessary to process the business transactions. SAP software contains the programming which is necessary to process the business transactions. Here we have to have some number of application servers. Application server 1, application server 2, application server 3. So why we have to have some number of application servers? If you have only one application server, every employee tries to use the same server for the purpose of processing, then the load on that particular server will be very high. In that case, it takes a lot of processing time. That's why we have to have some number of application servers. So how many number of application servers we have to have? The technical team of the implementation will decide, right? Not as a functional consultant. Then every application server is connected to some number of client systems. C1, client 1, client 2, client 3. Client system means the laptops, the desktops, which are connected to the servers and which are used by the employees in the day-to-day management of business. Suppose, for example, if you go to a bank, you can see number of employees with the systems, right? With the laptops or desktops. Those systems are called client systems. So here, through the clients only, right, we enter the data into system and we also process the data. So here, this is one layer. This is another layer. And this is third layer. That's why this is called three-tier architecture. I have presented this in the more refined format. These are all the computer systems which are used by the employees to enter the day-to-day business transactions. These are called client systems. And all these clients are connected to these application servers. And all these application servers are connected to database server. And this database server is managed on the principles of relational database management systems. This is the meaning of R3 system. Real-time data processing, 3-tier architecture. So in the case of 3-tier architecture, we have the database separately, we have the SAP application server separately, and the client system separately. Then coming to 2-tier architecture. In the case of 2-tier architecture, within the same computer system, we maintain the database and also we host the SAP application. So within the same system, right, we have 2 layers, database layer and application layer. Then clients are different. That's why this is called 2-tier architecture. So this 2-tier architecture is used normally in the case of training institutes, right? In the real time, always we use 3-tier architecture. Please remember, in the real time, always we use the 3-tier architecture only. In the training purpose only, we use the 2-tier architecture. Say, for example, right, I am operating the classes in from Hyderabad. So here we have the server, SAP server. In that SAP server, we have Oracle database. Then we have the SAP application. That is one layer. Then every one of you will be given the server access, right? So you can access the server in Hyderabad, right, through your laptops or desktops. And your laptops and desktops are your client systems. Through your laptops and desktops, you can access the server in Hyderabad and you can do the practice. You can enter the business transactions, etc. So all your systems together is called client systems. And the SAP server in Hyderabad, which contains database and SAP application, is one layer, and all your systems is another layer. All your laptops and desktops is another layer. 2-tier architecture. Remember, the 2-tier architecture, we are not using the real-time organizations. We are using only 3-tier architecture. Then coming to R1. So R1 means single-tier architecture. Within the same system, within the same computer system, right? We host database, we install SAP application, and also that is also used as a client system for which we install client program also. That is the technical history of this, technical background of this SAP software. Now, the product what we are using is SAP R3, right? So this is called ECC. This SAP R3, right? The current version of SAP R3 is ECC 6.0. So ECC stands for ERP Central Component. So I told you, the new dimensional product of SAP company is S/4HANA. In order to understand S/4HANA, compulsory we should learn ECC. Compulsory we should learn ECC. Without ECC, you cannot understand S/4HANA. So first we complete ECC in our training. Once ECC is completed, then we will see S/4HANA also. Now, the name of the product what we are using is SAP R3 modules. In SAP R3 product, there are 2 types of modules: functional modules and technical modules. Under the functional modules, we have the financial accounting and controlling, which is simply called FICO. Then materials management, MM. Then sales and distribution, SD. Human resources management, HR. Quality management, QM. Plant maintenance, PM. Project systems, PS. Production planning and controlling, PPC. Real estate management, REM. Workflow, FSCM, financial supply chain management. Like that, there are 20+ functional modules on the functional side. Each functional module itself is a fully developed software. Each functional module itself is a fully developed software, and each functional module is used to process and manage the business transactions in the respective departments. FICO is used to process the business transaction, the finance and costing department. MM is used to process the business transaction, the purchase department. SD is used to process the business transaction, the sales department, and so on. And these are fully developed softwares. Softwares means there should be a language in which these softwares have been developed, right? That language is ABAP. ABAP is the own programming language of SAP company. ABAP stands for Advanced Business Application Programming Language. ABAP 4 means it is the 4th generation language. So ABAP is the first technical module of SAP company. Another technical module is BASIS, which stands for Business Application Software Integrated Systems. You can assume that the BASIS is the own operating system of SAP company. This BASIS module is responsible for the installation of SAP software in the client company, and this BASIS is responsible to see that the software works properly. So these are the 2 technical modules, and these are the functional modules. If you learn any of the technical module, you will get a job as technical consultant. And if you learn any of the functional modules, you will get a job as functional consultant. More particularly, if you learn ABAP, you get a job as ABAP consultant. If you learn BASIS, you get a job as BASIS consultant. So in order to learn ABAP, we should have the programming knowledge. At least we should be very much comfortable with the C++. And if you want to learn BASIS, we should have the very good understanding of networking knowledge and also operating systems knowledge. But if you want to learn any functional module, right, we need only the academic knowledge of respective subjects and also working knowledge in some of the departments. If you learn functional module, you will get a job as functional consultant. More particularly, if you learn FICO, you get a job as FICO consultant. If you learn MM, you get a job as MM consultant. If you learn SD, you get a job as SD consultant. And for learning functional modules, we don't require any programming knowledge. We don't write even a single line of coding. So if you have the basic understanding of accounting, and in case if you are also having the working knowledge in the finance and accounts department, that is enough. We don't write even a single line of coding here. So if you learn FICO, you get a job as FICO consultant, MM consultant, SD consultant, and so on. So what do we do as a consultant? Before that, see, each module itself is a fully developed software, and each software is used to process the business transactions in the respective departments. And see, all these softwares, FICO, MM, SD, HR, QM, all these softwares are manufactured and developed by same SAP company. As a result, we can integrate one software with other softwares easily. But in the case of non-ERP environment, what is happening? Every department is using different softwares manufactured by different companies. So integration was impossible. Integration was very difficult. But now, in case of ERP, it contains the softwares, right, to manage all the departments manufactured by same company. As a result, we can integrate one software with the other softwares. That is the main difference between ERP and the non-ERP. Clear? So if you learn FICO, you get a job as FICO consultant. So as a FICO consultant, what we have to do? What is your job profile? See, here you take any ERP, there are basically two roles: consultant role and the end user role. The end user means the employees of the company which is using SAP software. Say, for example, Sony Limited, Sony company is using SAP software. Really, Sony is using SAP one. Sony is using SAP software in its business. Then employees of the Sony Limited are called end users. Now, in the finance department, I'm an accountant. For example, I'm an accountant. So I am called end user. So as an accountant, every day I have to post accounting entries in the books of accounts. Means I have to enter the business transaction to the system. I have to generate the reports. I have to analyze the reports. Based on the analysis, again, I have to prepare some more reports. And these reports I have to send to my finance manager. This is my end user role or end user job. And we are using SAP software. In order to enable me to perform all these activities, already some settings should have been done. In order to enable me to perform all these activities, already some settings should have been done in FICO software. These settings are done by consultant. Unless the consultant develops the settings in the FICO software, the users of the finance and accounts department cannot use the software. This is technically called configuration and customization. So the job of the functional consultant is to configure and customize the SAP software according to the requirements of the client company. So in our training, we cover both the consultant activities and also end user activities. First, as a consultant, we have to develop the settings. First, I will show you the settings. Once the settings are completed, right, I will show you end user transactions. I will post some transactions. I will show you the reports, right? Everything I will show you. I will show you the output reports, everything. So here our module is FICO. FICO is the very demanded module. FICO is the very demanded module. Please bear with me another 10 minutes. Only for the first day only, I take 1.5 hours like that. But every day, the class is only 1 hour. Now, the FICO means FI and CO. FI means financial accounting. So, financial accounting is the main purpose of this financial accounting module is to prepare the financial statements. That is profit and loss account, balance sheet, funds flow statement, and cash flow statement according to the legal requirements of the country in which you are doing business. For example, you take Tata Steels Limited. The Tata Steels Limited is doing business in India, right? It is registered under Indian Companies Act, right? Now, the accounts department of the Tata Steels Limited, every year, it has to prepare the P&L account, balance sheet, funds flow statement, and cash flow statement according to the Companies Act 2013. For that purpose only, the FI consultant will develop the configuration settings in the financial accounting component. See, financial accounting. So, this is used to prepare the financial statements according to the legal provisions of the respective countries. These are called financial accounting statements, legal financial statements, and it is called external reporting tool. The financial accounting is called external reporting tool. Why? Because after we prepare the financial statements, these financial statements are to be submitted to many external legal agencies like banks, register of companies, stock exchange boards, etc., etc. So in the financial accounting, again we have sub-modules. General ledger accounting, which includes new general ledger accounting also. Accounts payable, which is used to manage your supplier accounts. Account receivables, which is used to manage your customer accounts. Asset accounting, fixed assets, management of your fixed assets, land and buildings, plant and machinery, vehicles, etc. Then treasury management. Actually, treasury management is a separate module, right? We are not going to deal with the complete treasury management, but in the treasury management, right, there is one, actually this is also called bank accounting. In that module, we have one small topic, cash journal. That only we are going to see. Actually, treasury management is not part of your FICO. Then, in every submodule, there are a number of topics. it is not right time to discuss all those topics. You don't understand anything. I sent you one initial introduction mail. In that mail, I have given you one link. If you click on that link, you will be taken to my website. There we can see the complete content. So once we complete all these modules, I will show you how to prepare the P&L account, balance sheet, funds flow statement, and cash flow statement. Now, here the main question is, what is the level of financial accounting knowledge you have to have? Remember, very simple understanding of financial accounting is enough. What is the simple understanding of financial accounting? If you know how to post accounting entries, that itself is enough. You know, there are 3 types of accounts: personal accounts, real accounts, and nominal accounts. And if you know what is to be debited and credited according to personal accounts, real accounts, and nominal accounts, that itself is enough. Everything else is taken care by the SAP system automatically. Even to prepare P&L account and balance sheet, if you press one button, system prepares the P&L account and balance sheet. Only you need to have only the basic understanding of accounting. And I prepared some material on the accounting principles and accounting knowledge. On academic accounting, I prepared some material. I will send you that material to every one of you, right? So if you have already accounting knowledge, right, you can just go to that material again and you can refresh your accounting knowledge. And if you are from non-accounting background, right, it takes only 2-3 days to go to that material, and there you can find out, or you can get the complete understanding of accounting, which is necessary for you to understand SAP. So you need not worry, even if you are from a non-accounting background. Once we complete the financial accounting, right, we start controlling. Controlling is nothing but a cost accounting and management accounting. So in order to learn controlling, right, we have to have again the basic understanding of cost accounting. What is the basic understanding of cost accounting? You know, the cost of any product contains mainly 3 components: material cost, labor cost, and other cost. Material cost is again divided into direct material cost, direct labor cost. Sorry, material cost is again divided into direct material cost, indirect material cost. Labor cost is again divided into direct labor cost and indirect labor cost. Other costs are divided into direct expense and indirect expenses. If you know what is direct and indirect material cost, direct and indirect labor cost, direct and indirect expenses, that itself is enough. But some of us might not have the basic understanding of cost accounting also. It's very quite common. That's why before starting controlling, right, I will take some 3-4 classes on the academic cost accounting. I will take 3-4 classes on academic cost accounting to make you understand controlling module properly. So you need not worry, even if you have forgotten the accounting, cost accounting principles, marginal cost, standard cost, all these things also you might have forgotten. Don't worry. I will take some 3-4 classes on the academic cost accounting before starting controlling. With that knowledge, you'll be able to understand controlling also very easily. See, it is used, controlling component is used to provide the information to the management for the performance analysis and strategic decision-making process. See, you take any company, we'll have the 3 levels of management: lower level management, middle level management, and top level management. Normally, lower level management is always concerned with data feeding, that's it, data entry operations, that's it. But middle level management, which consists of departmental heads, they are very much concerned with the performance of their respective departments. For that purpose, for the purpose of analysis of their respective departments' performance, they need some information. That information is provided by the controlling component. Similarly, the top management is always concerned with strategic decision making. For the purpose of taking the effective decisions, they need a lot of information. That information is also provided by the controlling component. That's why this controlling component is internal reporting tool. Using this controlling component, we can generate the reports which are used by the internal management, middle level management and top level management. But FI is external reporting tool. Again, in the controlling, we have the cost element accounting. Number 2, cost center accounting. Number 3, internal order accounting. Number 4, profitability analysis. Number 5, profit center accounting and product costing. Within this each module, there are number of topics, and those topics also it is not right time to discuss them. Once we complete controlling, right, we have the other topics. Integration of financial accounting with the metals management. I told you, in the beginning of the demo session, right? When the purchase invoice is posted or entered in the purchase department, it will post accounting entries in the books of accounts of the finance department, right? For that, we need to integrate, we need to connect metals management module with the finance accounting module. That is called integration of FI with MM. That also I am going to show you. I post one document in purchase department. I post one purchase invoice in accounts department, purchase department. Then I will show you the entry in the books of accounts. I will show you practically. Then integration of finance accounting with the sales and distribution. And of course, we will also see integration of controlling with the production planning. That is not mentioned here. And after that, we will see closing procedures. Closing procedures means every year you prepare the P&L account and balance sheet. No? After that, we have to carry forward the current year GL account balances, supplier account balances, customer account balances, asset accounting balances to the next year. In addition to that, in SAP, we have to perform number of activities at the end of the year. Those activities also will be provided to you. That they are called closing procedures. Then I will give you some tips on ABAP and basis. In the real-time organizations, as a functional consultant, we have to interact with the ABAP consultants and basis consultants. From that perspective, I'm going to provide you little bit understanding, like tables, right? Tables, etc. I am going to provide the little bit training on some ABAP concepts and basis concepts. With this help, you will be able to interact with them effectively in the real-time implementation projects. So here, what is the methodology of the training I follow in the class? First, I will explain the concept of each topic. Means I will show you now. I will explain step-by-step configuration. Then I will show you how to post transactions, that is called testing, and I will show you the relevant reports. See, what is that? First, every concept, first we complete the configuration settings in every module. First, we start with the configuration settings, consultant training. Once we complete the consultant settings, then we will post some transactions. I will show you the reports and also I will explain you the reports. Then, what is the training material provided? I will provide step-by-step configuration, step-by-step transaction processing, step-by-step report generation. See, see, first everything I will explain with the help of the presentations. See here, this is FI material and this is controlling material. So first every concept I will explain with the help of the presentation. For example, enterprise structure is there. So what is enterprise structure? First topic is enterprise structure. So what is enterprise structure? I will explain with the help of this presentation. Yeah, Rasmita, you can leave, right? You can start, you can attend tomorrow also same time. Okay. From tomorrow, we will have only 1 hour class.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Krishna, let me complete. Give me 5 minutes, then I will come to your doubts. So every concept I will explain with the help of the presentation. Means what is company code, and what is business areas. So first I will explain these concepts with this help of this presentation, right? Then I will document all the explanation here. What is company, right? Then how to create company. This is the system configuration. So every day is a practical class. Every day, first I will explain you the theory, then I will show you in the practical server. So how to log on the SAP servers and all these things we will discuss in tomorrow's class. Okay, I'm just showing you here how do we proceed in every class. See, first of all, we have to configure company, right? So how to create a company in the system? This is path. What is path? I will explain it tomorrow. Path, SPRO. Then after SPRO, we have enterprise structure. This is called enterprise structure. You click on this enterprise structure. Then after enterprise structure, we have definition, right? So this is definition folder. Click on this. After definition, we have financial accounting. This is financial accounting subfolder. Click on this. After financial accounting, we have defined company. See here, defined company, right? Now you click on this symbol. So after defined company, right? I give, click on new entries. What is company? I will explain you in the class, but here I am showing you how do we proceed practically in every class. Click on new entries. Now, in order to create the company, we need to provide some information here. And the same fields were given in your material. This material I will be sending to you. So against the company, company name, etc., you write something. Similarly, define company code. What is company code? First I will explain, and the explanation is documented here. Then, in order to create a company code, we access one screen like SPRO, then enterprise structure, then after enterprise structure, we have definition. This is the definition folder. Then after that, financial accounting. This is the financial accounting. Then after that, edit, copy, delete, check company code. This one. Click on this. And after that, double click on edit company code data. This one. Edit company code data, right? Double click on this. Then click on new entries. See. So in order to create a company code, right, we have to provide some information here. So the fields were given here. So in every class, you have to write little bit, very, 1 or 2 characters against each field. So taking these as examples, you have to develop the same settings in your server. Server access is given to everybody. So in the server, the same settings are to be reproduced in the server. So almost we cover all the configuration settings which we do in the real-time projects. And these settings also you have to reproduce in your practice. So what I mean to say here is, this is how we proceed in the class. Every concept, first I will explain with the help of the presentation. Then that explanation is documented here. What is company code? Then what is business area? Then how to create business areas? Then what is consolidation business area? Then how to define the consolidation business areas? Then what is fiscal year variant? Like that, every setting I will explain with the help of the presentations, and also we will see those settings practically in the server. Now, this is the general ledger account. So how to create general ledger accounts, how to create ledger accounts in the system. Once we create the ledger accounts, posting of transactions. It is end user. Posting of transactions. How to post the transactions. Then how to display accounting entries. How to display account balances. Like that. In every module, first we do the consultant settings. Once the consultant settings are over, we will post the end user transactions. I will show you the reports. Just wait, please don't leave anybody. Then we have the accounts payable. So what are account groups? All these things first I will explain with the help of these presentations. Then these are the how to create account groups, how to post purchase invoices. Just a minute. See, posting of purchase invoices. We will see this is end user transaction again. Then how to post payments. Outgoing payment means payment to vendors. Then how to process full payments and part payments, right? How to create bank accounts. All these things we will see. Once we complete accounts payable, right? We have the account receivables. So once we complete account receivables, Rajkumar, you can continue from tomorrow with the same link, same time, 6:30 a.m. Okay, from tomorrow onwards, I will take only 1 hour. Okay, Rajkumar, you can leave. So once we complete the account receivable, right, we have asset accounting. Now, once we complete asset accounting, financial statement version, preparation of financial work statements, P&L account and balance sheet. That will be the end of FI. So FI will contain 227 pages. Then we start controlling. So controlling also, we have the material. See here. So what is direct material cost, indirect material cost, direct labor cost, right? So we have the, first we take some academic classes, academic sessions on cost accounting, right? Then we have the cost element accounting. So this controlling material contains 176 pages. This is only half of the control. Again, you will get nearly 150 pages of material for integration, SD integration, product costing, right, etc. Okay. So like that, we proceed like this. Totally, you will have nearly 550 to 600 pages of material. So this material is very, very necessary for you. And you have to keep this material as long as you do the job in SAP. So these settings, the most of the settings, right, which I gave you in the material will be done in every project. So you have, I will send you this material to everybody, right? You have to take the material printout and you have to get it spiral bound and you can keep it with you permanently. Okay, and you can keep the mail with you. Actually, I will be sending you the material in the soft form. Whenever you require, you can take the printout. This is how we proceed in our classes, right? And this is integration of FI with MM. So while learning integration of FI with MM, we also try to understand some concepts from the metals management. That's how we proceed in the class, right? So every day you use the same link and the timing is morning 6:30 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. Indian time, right? Today only have taken more than 1.5 hours, but every day normally it's only exactly 1 hour. And every day you can use the same link, right? This link you have to keep in your mail. If in case if you miss the link, again I can send you, don't worry about it. This is how we proceed in the class. Now, doubt session. So at the end of every class, right, we have the doubt sessions also, right? So in the doubt session, right, I will clarify all your doubts. Now, if you have any questions in this session, you can ask me. First, you can raise your hands. I will be coming one by one. Yeah, Ravindra, tell me. You can unmute yourself. Krishna, tell me.
Hi, sir. Good
Yeah,
morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning.
Sir, to become FICO consultant, is there any requirement of end user experience, sir?
No. End user experience is not at all necessary.
Okay, sir. Sir, with this 2 months of coaching, we
Not
can
2
handle
months. No, it's not 2 months. 4 months.
4 months, sir. Okay. With this coaching, we can handle in the company, sir.
Yeah, we can handle the implementation projects, not company, implementation project.
Project, sir.
Yeah, we
handle
can
situation.
handle the projects. Don't worry about it.
Okay, sir. Sir, myself, Krishna, sir, CA final candidate, sir.
Yeah,
Having CA Inter plus semi-qualified plus IGNO, sir. IGNO. You know that IGNO means.
yeah. Indira Gandhi National Open University.
Sir, if you completed CA Inter, IGNO is eligible, no, sir. 1 year degree. Is it
Yeah.
also eligible, sir?
Yes. Your
Okay, sir.
highest qualification is important. Your CA intermediate completed now, you are most eligible.
Sir, with single CA Inter is eligible, sir.
You do one
Without
thing,
degree.
you call me personally regarding these doubts. Okay.
Okay, sir.
I
Okay,
will
sir.
explain
Thank you.
you. If you have any
Okay, sir.
questions on the current today's subject, you can ask. For the
one more question, sir.
For the personal parameters, you can call me directly.
Okay, sir. One more question, sir. One more. For related subject only, sir. For career advancement, we have to learn any other module like
No.
or
No.
only with
Each
FICO only,
module itself is a big one, right?
Okay.
So it's not necessary at all to learn more than one module.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Any one module is enough. Based on your qualification and job, you have to choose the module. FICO is the most suitable for commerce related people.
Yes, sir. Finance.
People working in the finance department.
Yes, sir. Okay. Okay, sir. That's it, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, welcome. Yeah, tell me, Teja, you can unmute yourself.
Hi, sir.
Yeah, Teja.
Here, most of the companies prefer persons with experience. By taking this coaching, how many years of experience can we claim? Or
Minimum 3 years
how
you can
many?
claim. 3 years you can claim.
3 years we can claim. And are there any services for the resume preparation? And
yeah, I will help you in the resume preparation, interview preparation, right? These are two more important things from getting the job perspective, right?
What are the are there any coaching for the certification kind of? Is this coaching enough for the certification?
Yes. You can also go with the certification. At the end of this training, I will send you the certification material also.
Okay. Can we practice for the certification parallel to this coaching, or do we need to do anything else?
That's what I'm coming. See, once we see actually, certification is 100% theoretical, right?
Okay.
But in our class, right, theoretical and practicals, they occupy equal space. 50% practical, 50% theoretical, right?
Okay.
So at the end of this training, I will give you some certification material, and also I will tell you how to prepare for that certification material. It's very easy. With the help of our training, you can also go to the certification material very easily, right? And that material also I will provide you. Don't worry about it. And also I will help you how to apply for the certification. I will send you the link, and also I will help you in apply for the exam. In booking the slot also I will help you.
Okay. One more doubt is like, are there any services for the years of experience kind of thing? Like, do we should provide the experience certificate for the new company, right?
Yes.
Do you provide any services kind of thing?
Yes. I will provide these services also. See, I will provide you the certificates you need. Okay. And also once you get into the job, sometimes you may need some job support, right?
Yeah.
The job support is also provided, but at the extra cost.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Remember, everybody, I will help you in the obtaining the certificates, experience certificates, etc. And also I will provide you the on-job support. At the initial stages, no, you need some support on the job. That on-job support is also provided, but
Yeah.
at the extra cost.
Yeah, one more doubt, sir. Like, in the preparation of resume, we need to provide like situation, action,
All
task.
these things I will take. That's what I told you. I will help in the resume preparation. Means what? I will take care of all these things.
Okay.
Yeah. Which projects you have to put, and as a consultant, what you have done, what is your roles and responsibilities you also mention. You have to mention in the resume. All these things I will take care.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Then Ravindra Rajesh. Ravindra, tell me. Any questions from your side? Yeah, Navyasri.
Sir, hello.
Yeah. Who is this?
Ravindra Rajesh, sir.
Yeah, Ravindra, tell me.
Every class there is theory and
Practical.
practical is there, sir, in a 1 hour class.
Yes.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Aravind Shankar Narayana.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, you will provide the recorded lecture of this
Yes.
class, sir?
Yes.
Okay, sir.
Every
When
class
it
is
made
recorded.
available?
Every
Pardon,
class
sir?
is recorded.
Okay, sir.
And the recording
So-
will be sent to you after the class.
Okay, sir. It will be sent through mail, sir?
Yes. I will send you the link to my Google Drive, right? From there, you can access it.
Okay, sir. Because sometimes if we are unable to attend live, I can attend, I can hear the lecture now, sir. That's why I
Yes,
asked.
yeah. That's why I will provide the recording of every session. Even if you
Okay.
attend the session, with the help of the recording, you can revise the topic again.
Okay, sir. So before tomorrow's class, can I check one? Can I see once, sir?
Yeah, I will send you the recording within 1 hour. Today's class recording.
Okay, sir.
And
Okay,
remember, everybody, right? You can use the same link every day, same time. Okay. You don't receive any separate link for every day. Okay. One link is used throughout the training classes.
Okay, sir. Thanks.
Then Sushmita,
Good morning, sir.
good morning.
Sir, I just wanted to ask, you said the classes are daily. So does that mean that it is even on the weekends?
No. The classes are from Monday to Friday only, Indian days.
Okay. And sir, one more thing, like for the certification, is there any other charges that we have to pay to get the end certificate?
Means I did not. Are you asking that I will provide the certificate or not, right?
Yeah.
I will give the certificate of completion.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is that enough for joining any company, sir?
No,
Like-
outside sometimes it will work. But in India, see, in India, right, you don't require any certificate to get the jobs necessary.
Oh,
Because
okay.
you're going on experience, not as a
Okay.
fresher.
Okay. Sure, sir. Thank you.
Then Gopal, tell me.
So we discussed our training is based on the implementations. So what about the support project?
Yes, see, support project it is different from the implementation from the viewpoint of activities we perform. Right? So that we discuss what are the support activities we do. In the support projects, we are required to solve the tickets. So for solving the tickets, we need the configuration knowledge also. So when you have the configuration knowledge, right, automatically you'll be able to solve the tickets in the support projects.
So we're going to discuss about how the ticket will raise and what kind of
No,
software.
those things we don't discuss, but I will send you the documentation on that, because we can't have all those tools in the private organizations training.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. Thank you.
Yeah. Then NVS, what's your name? I'm sorry, you joined
my
with the
name
initial name.
Yeah, my name is Sudhir.
Yeah, Sudhir, good morning.
Yeah,
Tell me,
my
Sudhir.
question is, good morning to you. Yeah, my question is, you explained the defined company based on the documentation which you showed, the 600 pages of documentation. This documentation is built on ECC version of SAP.
Yes.
So my question is, will the same applicable for S/4HANA also?
Yes. See, in S/4HANA, right? S/4HANA is very much similar to, right, ECC. Okay. But in S/4HANA, some new functionalities were added. In S/4HANA also, we create the company code, we do the fiscal year variant, and the concepts and the paths and the screens are same in S/4HANA also. Okay. But some of the new functionalities have been introduced in S/4HANA. So what are the new functionalities and what are the changes in S/4HANA? Those things also we are going to discuss. At that time, I will be providing you the material for S/4HANA changes also.
Okay. So only the look and feel will be different and new functionality will be added in S/4HANA.
Exactly.
Oh, right. Thank you.
So I think everybody is comfortable. Now everybody should have been.
I have a doubt. I have a doubt.
Who is this? Raj.
Teja.
Yeah, Teja, tell me.
Thing is, like in India, we follow Indian accounting or this thing. In America, we follow US GAAP.
Yeah.
And does the
UK, you follow UK GAAP.
UK GAAP.
And also you have to follow IFRS.
Yeah.
We will take care, boss. We will take care.
You will take care. Yeah. Yeah, because most of the students are from India, right? So
yeah, understand. There is one concept, parallel ledger accounting, right?
Yeah.
So using the parallel ledger accounting, we can take care of the different accounting principles. They are called accounting principles. Indian accounting standards, US GAAP, UK GAAP, IFRS. These are all called accounting principles. So how to maintain the books of accounts and how to report according to different accounting principles also we will cover.
And one more doubt, how can we justify taking SAP rather than Oracle? Like Oracle also.
See, from your viewpoint, what do you need? First tell me. Job.
I need job, yeah.
Yes. So which software is being used by many companies in the world? That should be your criteria.
Yeah.
Right. So the more the number of companies uses the software, the more is the possibilities of getting the job in that space, right?
Yeah.
And SAP is the world #1 gap.
Yeah, but there is a notation that European countries use SAP more and American countries use Oracle.
No. That's only regarding banking. That's it.
Banking.
There is one solution which is called industrial specific solution, IS banking. That is called IS banking, right? The IS banking is not that much popular in the world. It's a separate product of SAP.
Okay.
As far as SAP Oracle is concerned, it's not my own word. You can search in the Google also. Which is the largest ERP in the world.
Okay.
Right? You need not depend. That is only the criteria you have to take into consideration, whether to join SAP or Oracle.
Okay.
Your main requirement is to get the job. So the more you get the job in the space which is being used by many companies in the world.
Yeah.
See, it's not my own wording, right? I told you, 46+% market share is enjoyed by SAP. That's not my own wording. You can take it from Google also. You can search it in the Google also.
Yes.
Thank you. One clarification here. If you look at Oracle website, they will say they are having 56%. So they contradict there also.
See, so this is what I'm saying, right? You have to do one thing. You search SAP site, right? No, I don't think nobody can claim like that, right? You can't say that I have the 100% share, 75% like that without any evidence, proper evidence. There are some authorized agencies who has to certify that. You have to look into that data. Go for the authorized sites. Go for the official sites of the ERP companies, right? Anyhow, you need not go anywhere, right? You can just inquire in the market also.
Yes. And one more.
For us.
Will you create a SAP group for this so that we can ask some doubts?
Yes, I will try to create, but not at this point of time.
Yeah. After
Yes,
after
yes.
payment of fees,
Yeah.
confirmation of students.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
You can post your doubts in the group. I will give the solutions in the group itself so that others also will be able to understand them.
Okay.
Yeah, Lakshman, this is Raj from Texas.
Yeah, Raj.
Yeah. So my question is related. Let me mute my system.
Which one?
You're able to hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. So my question is like being a non-background. I don't have any background account area, so
I will send you the material. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. So
And even from the accounting also, if you have any doubts, I will clarify them. Not only SAP.
Okay. Okay, Lakshman. Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds good to me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Yes, so GST also, right? I will send you the documentation of the GST. Rajasekhar Aula.
Yeah. Rajshekar Aluwala, sir. Thank you.
Alua. Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Oversight.
Okay, it's okay.
Yeah. So I request everybody to join from tomorrow with the same link at 6:30 a.m. Every day, same time, same link.
Okay, sir.
And I hope I have clarified all of your doubts.
Yeah.
Okay,
Actually,
then.
yeah.
Thank you so much. Good night and good day.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Appreciate the same.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Please join tomorrow with the same link, same time.
Sir, one doubt I have, sir.
Tell me.
Sir, even this doubt clarification is recorded, no, sir?
Everything is recorded, sir.
Okay, sir. Thanks.
So your voice is also being recorded now, right?
Yeah,
You asked
yeah,
one
yes, sir.
doubt. No, that is also being recorded.
Yes, sir. Thanks.
Okay, then. See you.
Yeah, I have a
See you all
question.
tomorrow.
The equivalent fees in US for your fees.
Yeah, I will give you the mail, Gary. I will give you the mail.
Okay, thank you. All right.
Welcome. Bye-bye. Good night and good day.